In this episode, we'll talk about weird productivity hacks that actually work. I compiled a list of these for you.
Oh, jeez.
Just weird hacks that seem weird, but they work.
Okay, let's hear them.
I bet that this first one that I'm sharing with you, people will actually thank me for it because it does make a huge difference. And it takes 2 minutes to set up. Have you heard of Focusmate before?
A Focusmate.
It's basically you have someone watch you work.
Like webcam or somebody like physically there to watch you?
No, webcam. So I had someone this morning. And what?
It's really weird.
You book a time in their dashboard, right? So I have a time with Ali tomorrow again.
How much are you paying him?
Dude, this is free. 3 sessions per week. And I'm also technically watching him. So we both just hop on a Zoom call or whatever their software is here. I think it's just Zoom actually. No, it is their software. And then you're just like, hey, what are you working on? This? Okay, cool. And then you get to work.
You don't talk?
No. Every once in a while you look over and you're just like, oh, yeah, working. And it works.
Dude, how do you find these things?
I heard about it from a friend. It's like $10 a month for unlimited sessions, or you get 3 free sessions a week. If there's something that you're dreading to do, or you're struggling to commit to the deep work in the morning, because that's the most productive hours. It's the 2 to 3 hours in the morning where you're undistracted. This is such a hack. Like, just set it up right now. I'll put a link in the description. You can check it out. It's free. And you will get up on time if you set a call early in the morning and you'll do the work. Next one, this is a weird one that you actually asked me about. You asked me, do you have 2 laptops? I'm like, yeah, of course I do have 2 laptops. I also have 2 phones. I have my usual iPhone, I think this is an iPhone 13. This is an iPhone 8.
Okay.
I bought this in 2018, I think. And this is the one that I use in my bedroom. So this only has meditation apps, podcast apps, if I want to listen to like podcast or something like that to fall asleep to, breathwork app, no SIM card in it, so no internet or whatever. I have Wi-Fi, so I have 2 phones, I have 2 laptops. There's a laptop that I have for deep work. That's where I have freedom.to. Have you heard of it? Freedom.to. You can kind of block certain websites at certain times. Before 1 p.m., I can't go on YouTube on the work laptop. So I'm just doing deep work. And that's really helpful. And here's the thing. If you're like, hey, I'm poor, I can't have 2. I'm the same. I simply kept an old laptop. That's all you need to do. So when you buy a new phone, just keep the old one. And then you have the setup. That's what I did. So I didn't buy 2 phones. I didn't buy 2 laptops. I just kept the old one. And it's a great setup.
I like the phone one.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that one. I think that's one of the biggest things I struggled because I wanted to get an alarm clock. And
oh, yeah. If it's the phone, you literally first thing you touch. Maybe second thing.
My sleep has been off for the past couple of weeks.
Great. Can I tell you the next few weird hacks?
Okay. If they're on sleep?
Yes.
Let's go. Talk to me.
The last week has been incredible sleep for me. Like, so incredible. And that's coming a lot from me. Like, for those of you who know my backstory, I've had insomnia for 7 years. And it's been really tough. I had a tough journey with sleep. And there's a few simple things I did. You can just implement them right now. And I think it'll make a measurable difference in your sleep. I bought this right here, which Velcros on your window. And I haven't done it fully yet. I've only attached it on the very top. But you basically, add Velcros, and then it blocks the entire thing. I wanted pitch black in there. So I'm still going to add the rest of the Velcro, but it's basically a Velcro that you put on the side of the window, and then it covers everything completely. And the difference between having some light come in, even just a little bit, versus pitch black where you can't see the hand in front of your eyes, I think makes a huge difference.
I always sleep with curtains open because I like seeing the view. But it's affecting my sleep?
I would say so. Well, see for yourself. I know for myself, it makes a big difference. Like, even just being in pitch black. The second thing I did was I started wearing earplugs even when it's not loud.
Dude, but earplugs are not comfortable. Oh, they go inside the ear.
I knew exactly that this is going to come up.
Okay, yeah,
I thought about it. These are comfortable. I don't notice them. And I think I heard this on some sort of podcast from someone who started wearing earplugs and then noticed that their deep sleep was like their heart rate went down. and it's incredible for recovery.
Are they comfortable?
I would say so. Try them out. $20. So even if you don't wake up from noise, I think it may just put your nervous system into a deeper frequency because you're like, oh, it's completely silent, you know? And then secondly, we all know it's good to have it be cold when you're sleeping. And I wanted to test the limits of that. Because when we had the snowpocalypse in Austin in 2020, it's basically a period where it was extremely cold in Austin. And we had a bunch of outages and the roads weren't safe anymore and the whole city was in shambles.
It's 30 degrees.
Yeah, it was cold. Well, Austin was not prepared for it.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
And
Okay.
we had pipes break and everything. And we didn't have, we weren't able to use electricity for a heater and stuff. So it was just super cold in the house. We all slept like babies. Like I was literally sleeping with my jacket on, but I slept so deeply. Same thing with my housemates. And I was like, why don't I just go back to something more like that where it's really, really cold? And so test out how cold you can go. Because you may just make that one change right now. Instead of like putting it on 70, you put it on 63. And
That's a massive jump.
yeah, just get an extra blanket, whatever. But see how it affects your sleep. And what difference will that make over the course of your life?
Okay, how cold are you making it for you?
66 is where I'm at right now.
And it's good?
I like it, yeah. I like it a lot.
Okay, I'll do the 66 one. I'll do 69. Okay? Slowly but surely.
That's where I started off with. And now
Yeah.
I went down to 66. And I'm going to 0. My buddy Rian Doris from the Flow Research Collective, he's got a YouTube channel. He said that changing positions when you're working is a big hack. So instead of just sitting in one environment, then switching to treadmill desk or going for a walk when you're on a call or something like that, actually resets the perceived exertion and effort. So oftentimes it feels really hard to do work when you're just sitting in one place in the same position, but just by switching positions, you can almost reset that. So I thought that was interesting.
Okay. I've heard about that before.
Yeah, so that's something I do as well. Like I do the deep work in my office right here. And then when I do emails or like something more creative or something that doesn't require as much focus, then I go to co-working space or coffee shop or whatever. And Huberman was talking about this too in one of his episodes. We can have a look at this here.
Next, I'd like to talk about an aspect of workspace optimization that can actually bias whether or not our brain and nervous system are better suited for detailed analytic work or more abstract work. In fact, there's a way that you can arrange your work environment, or I should say there's a way that you can place yourself into certain environments that will allow abstract thinking, creative thinking, and indeed expansive thinking.
So before we get into 5 hours of Huberman, basically what he's talking about is that having a narrow view, like for example, by wearing a hat or being in a closed space, allows for more focused work, right? Where you're locked in, strapped into a chair with duct tape, for example, if you like that hack, you want to combine these hacks, and you're working on a specific outcome. You know what problem you're solving, and you're just like, bzz. That's why I like putting on hats sometimes in the mornings, because it just like makes you locked in. Also, dude, working from a closet.
It's really weird.
Yes, but dude, you have no distractions, and you just like, bzz. And then he talks about when you want to do creative work, you look at, you benefit a lot from having an open space. So like even just like taking your hat off makes a difference in how, I guess, open-minded you are, and having a place with high ceilings. That's why like co-working at the top of our building overlooking Austin, great for creative work.
Okay.
The other thing that you already alluded to is whenever I struggled with something and I was sick of struggling with it, going to bed on time, dopamine detox or whatever, right? I literally would just tell a friend, hey, I'll give you $1,000 if I don't do it. And it's scary to commit to, but I've already talked about it a bunch on my previous channel, but man, what is something that you're currently sick of? Maybe it's diet, maybe it is something else you want to commit to. Put money behind it and get a good friend that holds you accountable. I did this for a while where I think for 2 weeks straight, I committed to taking ice baths in the first 15 minutes of getting up. It's one of the most brutal things you can do. First of all, getting up in the morning is already tough. Just opening your eyes. Getting out of bed is tough. Jumping into an ice bath within the first 15 minutes, I literally had to rush because I had to go to the bathroom, I had to, get a little bit ready and then jump in. I would literally run downstairs because we had an ice bath that we kind of built ourselves out of like a freezer. And I kid you not, I got it done every single time because I knew that if I don't, it's $1,000 and I'm not cool with that. So you can make yourself do almost anything that you intend to do that you're currently struggling with if you just put the right stakes behind it.
One of my friends, he hired a performance coach, and she basically told him that he has to go to sleep at 10 every night. And if he doesn't send her a text in bed by 10, he has to pay her $100. This man paid her rent for 2 months because he just would always miss his time. And in my head, I'm like, she's a genius. I need to get my clients on this.
I don't know. I thought about this too when I had the community and we did community calls, but I never wanted to be incentivized for people to fail. It sets the wrong incentives, doesn't it?
100%. It doesn't help.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of
But it makes
making
you
money, yeah, I think it's genius.
You just pick clients who you know are going to slack off like crazy. And just like, there's 2 more big ones, but I think I'm just going to keep that for another podcast, for another episode.
Wow, you just gave the audience blue balls.
Wait for the next episode in which we reveal the biggest hacks. But you're going to have to wait until next week.
I'm waiting with
See
you
you then.
guys.
Subscribe right now.